Sorry about that. Still trying to work out some of the kinks of all this. We got cut off in the middle of some of our examples. So I'm going to go ahead and move down here to the bottom where you're evaluating algebraic expressions, replacing the variables with a specific number that is assigned to you in the problem. So your problem may look something like this, where it says evaluate 3x squared plus parentheses 2y plus z to the third power if x is 4, y is 5, and z is 3. One of the most important things to remember is that anytime you are plugging a value in, you need to make sure that you plug it in inside of parentheses. This helps with all exponents, and this helps with anytime you have a negative number, ensuring that that negative is treated appropriately. So when you get a problem like this, I ask that you copy it down exactly like it looks first. So on your paper, you just copy the problem down and what you know is true about that problem. When I go to plug those values in, I need to make sure that I plug them in inside of parentheses. So 3x squared, in place of this x, I'm putting a 4. So it's going to be 3 parentheses 4 squared. So I just plug that 4 in for the x and put it inside of parentheses here. And then plus parentheses 2. In place of y, I'm putting in a 5, just making sure that I put that inside of parentheses as well. And then placing this 3 inside for z, and then still keeping that as 3 cubed. Okay? So now all I've done is rewritten this problem, plugging in these values where they belong as they were assigned in the problem. Those values will be given there for you. Okay? After that, I just simply follow the rules of PEMDAS. So here I have some grouping symbols again. I'm going to treat that like it's its own problem. So until I get this down to just a single value, I don't have to worry about anything outside of here. So inside those parentheses, I have 2 and a 5 together representing multiplication, plus 3 to the third power. So there are no parentheses that actually tell me to do math inside of those parentheses, but there are some exponents. I'm using 3 to the third power. So I copy everything else down exactly how it looks. 3 parentheses 4 squared plus parentheses. I still have that 2 times 5 plus, now 3 cubed is 3 times 3 times 3. So 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. Okay. Still working here inside of my grouping symbols first. I'm going to do that multiplication first because I have 2 times 5 plus 27. Orders of operation tell me to do multiplication before I do addition. So I have 3 parentheses 4 squared plus, and then inside of my parentheses I have 10 plus 27. That 10 just came from 2 times 5 is 10. Now I have just addition here. So 3 parentheses 4 squared plus 10 plus 27 is 37. Now that I have that as a single value, the parentheses are not used.
I need you to call the office, please.
Those parentheses are not used as any type of grouping. It's just a value there. So now my next step is that 4 squared. So 3 times 4 squared is 16 plus 37. I have multiplication and addition. Orders of operations tell me to do multiplication first. 3 times 16 is 48, and 48 plus 37 leaves me with that simple problem of just addition, making my final answer 85. Once again, you can plug this into your calculator to ensure that this is your answer. I still need to make sure I see all of these steps here, and you also need to make sure that you plug it in appropriately. Since your given problem, you have to make sure that you substitute these values in accordingly. Homework for tonight is page 12 and 13, numbers 1 through 35, only the odd numbers. And then on page 15, you need to do 65, 66, and 67.